Hi, my name is Ian and I'm coming to you from the Thai kitchen. Today we'll be making mint pesto chicken stir fry. So for the stir fry, we're going to start off with chicken breast, mint, onion, garlic, goat's cheese, coconut butter, salt, mushroom, and pepper. So first thing we're going to start to do is starting off with cutting up our mint. So with mint, you need to make sure that you buy fresher the better, obviously. The less browning it has, and it has any brown leaves. Try and pick off those. You want to try and stay away from them. Starting off by picking it off, and then once you've picked off most of the leaves that you want to run it over hot water for about 10 seconds. Usually what happens with herbs, when you're running it over hot water, it releases the nice natural oils and a nice smell. So it opens up kind of like your skin, and you'll be able to get more essence and more flavor out of it when you're cooking. So when cutting your herbs, it's always best to try and roll it into a cigar. So if you think about it, the bigger leaves are more of the paper, and the smaller leaves are going to be the tobacco itself. So you roll it up, nice and tight. You want to have your first two fingers on the edge, not pointing out, but tucked underneath and your thumb behind. That way when you cut, you'll never be able to cut your fingers themselves. When you raise the knife up, try not to come too high up, or else you will slash your fingertips or your knuckles. Just make sure that it's nice, even cuts, and you can go as fast as you want or as slow as you want. So slowly just walk the fingers back. And you're done. So next you want to be able to peel and cut your garlic. Just cut off the tip. That's the base. Take your knife, push down till you hear a crack, and then peel off the ends. Now if you feel that it wasn't cracked enough, you can always smash it. Myself personally, I like to keep my garlic whole, so it's easier for me to cut. And then same thing, two fingers, thumb behind. Done, bring it all together, start chopping. Keep on walking the fingers back, keep the thumb behind, cut. Obviously, when you're in the kitchen, you're expected to make a mess. Don't be worried about any splash of food. Next, we're going to be able to take our onion, obviously slice off the ends, in half, take the bit that you need, remove the rest. End. And again, two fingers, thumb behind, and slowly feed backwards. And then, once you have the nice thin cuts, same thing again. This time, you can make thinner cuts, get that nice disgusting onion smell on your nose when chopping onion, the best way is actually fat. If you actually have some fat on the corner of your mouth, if you're a big fan of coconut oil, you can take a little bit of your mouth and actually put it in your eyes and water. So now to be able to make the pesto, all you're going to do is you can take your mint. Now for all those who like to do it the easy way, if you have a food processor, you don't have to actually chop up the mint itself. I just like doing that. It's a good show. Plus I think anything kind of rough cut, the chunkier it is, the more flavor it is. That's what nice about it. Take the garlic. And I forgot to mention earlier, you're going to need pine nuts. So you need about a cup of mint, about 1 clove of garlic, a 1/4 cup pine nuts, and then coconut butter. Now I normally people use olive oil, but I like the taste of coconut butter better. And it's better to cook with anyway. And we're going to cook. It doesn't really matter in the end. And now we're going to put nice cut of cheese. Thicken it up just a little bit. And for cheese, I'll let you digress on how much you think is useful. Some people like theirs a little bit more cheesier, some people like a little less, maybe more saltier than normal. Again, a little bit of salt, just a little bit, maybe a lot. And this is the end result. As you can see, it's a little bit chunky. That's alright, because again, you're going to be cooking with it. So once the heat touches it, the coconut oil is going to start to melt, and it becomes just like regular pesto. Next thing we're going to do is we're going to be cutting up the mushroom. And how much do I weigh? And again, 2 fingers, 2 or 3 fingers, how big it is, and thumb behind. Again, don't worry about the mess. Don't bother cooking. You said it would be clean up that. Well, last, you just have a piece of chicken. And obviously as chicken, you want to be able to use a plastic board, not wooden. Wooden you only keep for vegetables. Going to mince this up as well. And you can use a chicken mince already, or just regular chicken breast if you want. With chicken breast, you're getting more leaner meat. So it depends on what you're trying to accomplish. If it's weight gain, weight loss, maintain, just to be healthy in general. And again, 2 fingers. Make sure you don't go near. If you have to go slow, that's fine. Takes a little bit of practice, but everybody eventually gets it. Now when working with a plastic board, I didn't do it, but you can put a piece of wet cloth underneath the plastic board, and that way it doesn't slide, and you have more control of your board whenever you're pulling across the actual board itself. When you're cutting, make sure you use a sharp knife. So when doing stir fry, You want to make sure the pan is extremely hot, and then when you put your oil, you don't want to wait too long because it can get overcooked, and then you start having antioxidants build up in the oil itself. And the reason why we use coconut oil is because it has a higher cooking tolerance. Olive oil does. So all these people worry about cancer, you don't really get that effect. And make sure it's nice and evenly spread. Now, because you're starting off with mushrooms and the onion to cook, the mushrooms are going to really suck up a lot of that fat and a lot of that moisture. You're not going to have too much left of the onion itself, so you can put a little bit extra oil if you want. I personally like to soak my mushrooms about 5 minutes beforehand in stock, depending on what you're making. So if you're going to have chicken, use chicken stock or duck stock to give it a little more flavor. Go ahead and drop the mushrooms in. So again, keeping them hot and nice and hot. And as you can see here, all the oil I put in there is pretty much sucked up. And once that starts to brown a little bit, then you can add onion. Now when stirring these, you don't want to stir too much. You give it a few kicks around, but the longer you move the food around, the less it's going to touch the heat, and the longer it's going to take to cook. If you want to be fast, we'll put the stir fry. Because the longer it takes to cook, the more nutrients you cook out of the vegetables. And then right at the end, add a pinch of pepper, touch of salt, mix it in, and then you're going to remove it from the pan, put it back in a clean bowl. That way it doesn't overcook, and it still has a nice fresh taste. So going on to cooking the chicken itself, we're going to use the remaining bit of the coconut oil. Again, nice hot pan. Now you can see this is still steaming, and it's going to give us plenty of heat for the remaining time that we use this, and also be adding it back in at the very end just to reheat it and mix the flavors. And then we just add our meat. Cracked pepper. And a pinch of salt. And while it's on hot, you want to stir for about 2 minutes, and then add in your pesto. Now, as I said, the pesto is going to turn the liquid very fast because of the coconut. The goat cheese you don't want to overcook, so make sure that you don't burn it, or else you're going to lose all that precious goat cheese and it's going to turn into a creamy sauce. Let it cook on high for about another minute to 2. And once you see that the color is nice and even, then you're going to re-add in the mushrooms and onion. Stir it back in, cook it for about another minute. Let the flavor salt emulsify, fuse together a bit. And once it's cooked, turn off the stove. go.